Hey guys, I'm back. I'm Mrs. Brain Thing, and this video is going to be focusing on some Chiari malformation facts. And if you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you know that I've spoken for a little while about making this video because I get a lot of messages in my inbox, and so I took some notes from a website. This particular website that I use for this video is rarediseases.org. And this information you could find yourself on, go on Google, you could Google Chiari malformation, you could find a lot of information. But I'm just making this video to make life easier for people that is first getting diagnosed or people who don't really fully understand what the Chiari malformation is. And you can see from this video that I'm actually at my parents' house today, and I'm doing this video in my parents' gym. So happy Sunday, and let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to read exactly what I wrote, and I may change up just a little bit, but like I said, I took a lot of notes, so let's see. Now it says, Chiari malformation are a group of complex brain abnormalities that affect the area in the lower posterior skull where the brain and spinal cord connect. Okay, so where's that? Right about here. Hope you guys can see in that video. Okay. So where was I? It says the underlying anatomy of the Chiari malformations is thought to be present at birth. In rare cases, it may be acquired during life. Okay. The exact cause of the Chiari malformations are not known. Chiari malformations are named for Hans Chiari, an Australian pathologist who first identified type 1 through 3 in 1891. Julius Arnold further expanded the definition of Chiari malformation type 2, and some medical sources began using the name Arnold Chiari malformation. Okay, so that gives a little history on where the name came from, right? Okay. So now let's look. It says abnormalities affecting the eyes. So you get diagnosed with Chiari, and then there's a couple of things. I'm sorry if this is blurring. I told you guys this is a new phone, so I'm trying to get used to it. So there's a couple of things that you could be diagnosed with before actually getting diagnosed with Chiari. Okay, so it includes double vision or diplopia, diplopia, D-I-P-L-O-P-I-A. I may be pronouncing this wrong. Okay, you could have blurred vision, involuntary eye movements, pain behind the eyes, vertigo, dizziness, and tinnitus, which is the ringing in the ears. Okay, and then further down in that website, it says the most common symptom is occiput headaches, which is, it says these are headaches that are felt near the base of the skull and may radiate to cause pain in the neck and shoulders. Okay, so that's a headache that's kind of like in the back of the head there, and it's all up in there. You know, it gives you back pain and all that stuff. Okay. They can be severe and may be described as sharp, brief, throbbing, or pulsating. Okay, the headaches can be brought on or worsened by coughing, straining, or sneezing. Okay, so let's see. So it says additional symptoms associated with Chiari malformations may include muscle weakness, difficulty swallowing or speaking, palpitations, fainting episodes, tingling or burning sensations in the fingers or toes, lips, and sleep disorders, especially sleep apnea and chronic fatigue. So chronic fatigue is probably down for everything that you could think of. So that's usually the symptom that a lot of us ignore. So let's see. It says affected individuals may develop a fluid-filled cavity or cyst in the spinal cord, the syrinx. That's what that is. Okay. This condition is chronic, and the syrinx can expand over time. Okay. And potential symptoms of that include loss of muscle mass, muscle weakness, numbing or decreased sensation, especially to hot and cold, abnormal curvature of the spine, loss of bowel and bladder control, chronic pain, muscle contractions, uncoordinated movements, and spasms, tightening of the muscles in the legs. Okay, and of course you're going to feel all that stuff because your spinal cord is affected by all this. Okay, trying to see. if there's any more information you guys. Oh, look, okay. So here's possible causes of Chiari malformations, how you could develop it. I hate when it blurs like that. How you could develop it or how it happens. It says the exact cause of Chiari malformations is unknown. These malformations and the associated central nervous system abnormalities are extremely complex. Chiari malformations appear to be due to a developmental failure of the brainstem and upper spinal cord within a developing fetus with no known cause. Some investigators believe that an abnormally small posterior fossa, which is the space in which the cerebral normally resides, contributes to the development of a Chiari malformation. In many individuals, the posterior fossa is abnormally small, which may lead to the growing brain being pushed down through the normal opening. Okay? So it's the normal opening where the brain and spinal cord meet. There has been numerous reports in the medical literature of families in which more than one family member was affected by Chiari malformation. Research is ongoing to determine the specific genetic components, gene mutations, that influence the development of Chiari malformations in some people. In extremely rare cases, Chiari malformations have been acquired during life. Generally, any condition that takes up space within the skull can cause an acquired Chiari malformation. Such conditions include tumors, cysts, hematomas, hydrocephalus, and intracranial hypertension, also called a pseudotumor cerebri. And if you saw my last video, you saw that I first got diagnosed with the pseudotumor before actually progressing to get the Chiari malformation diagnosis. So I was not born with a Chiari malformation. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's go back. Hydrocephalus and pseudotumor cerebri also have been linked to Chiari malformations. Abnormalities that affect the upper cervical portion of the spine can also cause a Chiari malformation. Okay, so what that basically is, I took personal notes on here. It says pressure imbalance between the cranial and spinal fluid compartments. So because of that, the pseudotumor, I started to get a pressure imbalance, and so then my brain went right up into where it wasn't supposed to be, in that cavity. Okay, and so that, let's see, I do have a little bit before I end this video. It says some researchers have speculated that in a specific subset of individuals, a Chiari malformation may be caused by a tethered cord. Chiari malformations affect individuals of every race and ethnicity. Some studies suggest that females are affected more often than males. I wonder why that is. I saw that on a couple of websites, but I just don't, I wonder why is it that females are more affected? What makes that so? But, you know, Chiari malformation is it's not new, but it's not as researched as other conditions. And so research is ongoing, so they don't really have the answers to a lot of the questions that I may have or that you may have. But I hope this video is helpful to somebody who's trying to understand the condition, or you have the condition and you want to understand it, understand your family members that may be affected. And so my next video, now, like I said, if you follow me, I told you what the next video is going to be. Oh, it explains Chiari malformations type 0 through 4. And now technically, Chiari malformation goes from 1 through 4, and zeros last, even though that 0 is obviously before 1. But on from a scale from worse to even worse, it's from 1 through 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. So I'll explain that in the next video. And yeah, I'll go over that. That's going to be probably a good one. I'm going to try to make that today, but I'm not going to make any promises on that. Today's Sunday, so I'm at my parents' house, so you know. But I miss this brain thing, and I'll see you guys next time.